Hello, YouTube! This is Unmasked Tuxedo. Welcome to video 8 of my Unified English Braille video series. This video will teach you the rules of Braille contractions. The first rule is the most important one. The contractions that subtract the most cells from a word have the highest priority. That means that if more than one contraction is possible, only the contraction that subtracts the most cells is permissible. The first example of this rule is the word every. You may not use the .5 cell to write the word every, even though the word every contains the word ever. The second example is the word fought. Since the word fought contains the word ought, you must use the .5 cell to write the word fought. The third example is the word thence. You may not use the THE cell in the word thence, even though the word thence contains the word the. The second rule says that the group signs in row 3, the group signs for and, for, of, the, and with, have priority over all other single cell group signs. The word meander uses the contraction for A and D instead of the one for EA. The word afford uses the contraction for FOR instead of the one for FF. The word officer uses the contraction for OF instead of the one for FF. The word theater uses the contraction for THE instead of the one for EA. And Boethic uses the contraction for WITH instead of the one for OW. The third rule is about the usage of the contractions BE, CON, DIS, EA, BB, CC, FF, GG, and ING. The contractions BE, CON, and DIS may appear in words only if they constitute the entire first syllable of those words. The word bending does not have the contraction BE. The word conehead does not have the contraction CON. And the word dishes does not have the contraction DIS. The contraction EA may appear only in the middle of words. The letters EA appear at the beginning of the word early and at the end of the word flee. So neither of those words contains the contraction EA. In addition, as the word early demonstrates, the letter sequence EAR never uses the contraction EA. The contractions BB, CC, FF, and GG may appear only in the middle of words, just like the contraction EA. The word huff does not use the contraction FF, because the letters FF are at the end of the word. The contraction ING may never appear at the beginning of a word, such as in the name Ingrid. The fourth rule is about the usage of the contractions CH, GH, SH, TH, WH, and ST. None of those contractions may ever straddle the boundary between two syllables in any word. The word doghouse does not have the contraction GH. The word mishap does not have the contraction SH. The word pothole does not have the contraction TH. And the word cowhand does not have the contraction WH. The fifth rule, and the last rule that I will cover in this video, is about the word signs be, enough, were, his, in, and was. With some exceptions, none of those words may ever touch punctuation. In the sentence, be the best you can be, you must spell the second instance of the word be in full, because it comes before an exclamation mark. In the sentence, will that be enough? You must use the OU and GH contractions in the word enough, because the word enough comes before a question mark. In the sentence, everyone must stay in his or her room, you must spell the word his in full, because it comes before a slash. To learn more rules and more exceptions thereto about Braille contractions, please follow the links in the video info box. This concludes video 8. Now you are ready to read Braille. The last video in this series will let you practice your Braille reading. This is Unmasked Tuxedo signing off for now.